Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. It's your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm super pumped to come to you today with episode number 603, I believe. 603. I can't believe we have hit 600 episodes. With the sickness last week and just the chaos of that week didn't even really get to talk about it or cover it, or just really even recognize it. But thank you. You are the reason that we are still doing this thing, because you listen, you share, you support. So 600 episodes, and those go out to each and every one of you that listen. So I appreciate it. Appreciate what you allow us to do and the platform and the opportunity you give me to be able to share our journey through business, our journey through life together with you. It really is a true joy and honor to get to do it. I didn't think 5 years ago when we started, me and Savannah got married, and we didn't have any kids yet. I was still really, really young in business. I didn't think this was anything I would be doing, sharing the way that we do life, the way that we do business, and everything else in between out there for the world to see. And that's really what we do day in and day out now. So thank you for that, and all the kind words of encouragement and everything that you do to support. I want to take a minute and address, if you listened to the show a couple weeks ago, it was the show right after Charlie Kirk had been killed. It was that Friday show. Really just brought a heartfelt plea to you. Anyone out there who is struggling with their faith or their walk, or didn't even know who Jesus was, didn't know the gospel, never heard it, right? I try to just very clearly paint that out for you, and let you know what that is, how free it is, how much of a gift it is, and how you can receive that gift. And I just wanted to make that as clear as possible, because I believe that is what Charlie was on this earth doing, and I wanted to pay my kind of respect and support for him in doing that, and to continuing to maybe just make heaven a little more crowded one more at a time, right? And so, we talk about on the show, we build relationships we build the community one relationship at a time. And so we're building and filling up heaven one soul at a time. And we actually had someone that got saved from that episode. And so that is really what it is all about. And it may be you. Maybe you are still kind of mulling over it. Maybe you missed that show. Go back and think about it. Maybe that wasn't your time. It wasn't your day, right? Well, if that seed was planted and you ever struggle with that, or just question, have concerns, please reach out and let me know if I can ever help you. But just wanted to say, congrats to that, and congrats to that man, and everyone that is a fellow believer out there rejoices with you, right? And so I can't wait to meet you in person, buddy. I appreciate your support for the show, and I want to just continue to see you and celebrate you as you continue to grow as a brother in Christ. So thank you for that, and thank you for just realizing that's the most important thing you can do with your life. We do a lot of things here on the show, talk about a lot of things, talk about different advertisements and products and things, but none of that really stacks up to what the most important thing is, which is your eternal salvation. And so I want to make sure that you know that is very clear. So if you want to hear that message more in depth, go back to that show. It was the Friday after that would have been, I don't know, probably episode 590, somewhere in there, somewhere around there, would have been when that show was released. So go check that out. And again, let me know if you have any questions, any feedback, or I can help you at all with that. But we're into a big week this week. We got a lot going. And Friday we talked about really just, I was kind of transparent, or Saturday actually, again, chaotic week last week. I was kind of just transparent with you on the year and what we've kind of gone through and the things we've learned, the things we've seen and experienced, and how we kind of reap and grow from this. What benefits are we gonna reap, right? And I have said for a couple years now, it's only a failure if you don't learn anything, right? If you go through a trial and something goes wrong and you consider it a failure, right? It's only a failure if you don't take any takeaways from it. There's no lesson to be learned. If you don't learn anything from it, then yeah, you probably something really bad happened, something went really wrong, and maybe you should try to do a better job of figuring out what and why and how it went wrong, right? Figure out the bigger issue there, because it's usually not just what happened, but there's something bigger behind it. And so I have figured those things out for us. I figured out those lessons, and I shared them very openly last week. And so I just want to come to you with a couple words of encouragement going into the winter here in the fall, of some things that you can be doing to really keep moving the needle forward and pushing revenue, pushing profit, pushing profit, and continuing to grow your business this year. I want you to go into this winter more energized than you ever have, and not go into it with a burnout attitude if that's something you've gone through. And even it is open and honest and transparent of what I was last week and kind of how rough this year has been. There really has not been one point this year where I felt like burnout. I haven't felt that, because I'm a big believer. Like, I know my why, I know the reason why we're doing everything. I know my heart behind it, and so I'm going to continue to make sure that happens, and that we push for that the best that we possibly can. And even though we don't hit it right every single time, I want to make sure we're doing everything we can to get there and keep on pushing. And so it is one of those things that I know day to day, even though things don't go the way we always plan them or the way we even want them to, it's gonna be one of those things that I look back and say, hey, I was going after the reason I was going was the right reason. And as long as I can keep that aligned, right, as long as I can keep that in check, then I know that at the end of the day, I will be happy, and we'll shift, we'll make changes, we'll do things along the way to try to become better. But I know that I won't just think I wasted a year, right? Because it's very easy, if I had no purpose or drive behind this year, you would look at numbers from this year and hear stories and things that happen. You'd be like, well, dude, you just wasted a year, right? No, didn't waste a year at all. We impacted a lot of people, and created a lot of good landscapes, and did a lot of good. And we did learn, right? We did learn. But through the process, again, no burnout, because I knew why we're doing what we're doing. I know why we're doing what we're doing, and we're going to continue to keep pushing that day in and day out. So what can you do to keep the needle moving this fall? What are we going to be doing, right? Because we've got payroll that's going to keep on rocking through the winter. We can't be laying people off. We're trying to build a business that's here to stay, and that doesn't just shut down in the wintertime, and it doesn't go in a major hole in the wintertime. It has to climb out of it in the spring, because that is not a fun way to do business. You literally go backwards every year, and then you get caught up by August, September, and you get back to even, you make a little money, and then you go backwards again. And that is the time-old tale of a small owner-operator landscape company. And I'm trying to get out of that and make sure that we continue to grow, because it is tough. Like, we're not in a snow market, right? Work does slow down. We're not so far south in Florida that we continue to go like year-round without even thinking about it. Our grass does go dormant, and it does stop growing, and so we'll stop mowing. Honestly, this month we will drop probably half of our clients. We'll quit mowing at least, because grass start going dormant, and we've had a really dry fall, which is not attributed positively to this at all. Last year we were blessed. We had a ton of rain, like ton of rain. So we were able to keep on mowing clear through November, I believe, because we had a bunch of rain, temperatures stayed up, and we were cooking. But this year we're kind of clinging to the last few mows here. So we've got a lot to do, a lot of work to keep pumping. And I'll tell you what my main focus is, and kind of piggybacking on what I did last week. But it's really like I'm trying to build a good sales engine, and I am really like, that is my focus. And I've told my guys, like, I'm going to be out in the field when I can, and I'm not going to just strand you and leave you out there on your own, because we're a small team going into the winter. But we're going to keep bringing on like good sized projects if we can. But at the same time, like, if I'm on a project, or if I have a project scheduled and I have a really good lead come in that I need to go, like, they can't wait 3 or 4 days. Like, sales is number one priority for me. And so I have to drop all things essentially and go take care of whatever that is. And so try to close that job. And so as we go through the winter, sales is priority, and sales is priority just really the next year, 2-3 years, right? Because we transitioned our salesman that we hired in the spring over into production role. The production role is doing awesome. Like, he's really killing that role. And I'll share about that more. Maybe we do our like end of year debrief on the whole, this season as a whole, because the reason the sales position didn't work out was because it was mismanaged on my part. I didn't have really clear expectations set up for him. Just a lot of different things that went into it. And so I believe we will make that position work moving forward. But it's just going to take some time to really get the production built out the way we want it, to where he is managing that department well and can go sell it and manage it at the same time. So anyway, so mine's sales, right? That's what I keep coming back to. That is where my number one priority is. And I'm going to try to drum up business any way that I can. And I'll tell you what, guys, there's a lot of business right at your fingertips that you don't know. If you run a maintenance company, you have anywhere from 50 to 100 to 200 customers that you are probably have warm texts and introductions to, like, hey, checking in, just want to catch up. How you been? We took care of your property this year. Is there any enhancement work that we can do for you? And I'll tell you what, that actually, like, it really does work. It really does work. Reach out to your current existing customers, because those people are already in your network. You've already built a trust with them. You just need to give them a good price, and you need to show them a problem that they have and the solution that you have to solve it. And if you can do that and do it well in a timely manner, then you probably get a new job out of it. And so, what does that look like for you? That means maybe you spend a day and you're out around your properties and you look at all your properties and you say, where are my enhancement opportunities? And this is where I was saying last week, we're trying to push our maintenance manager to start selling enhancement work on there, because he has an incentive. He makes a percentage of what he sells, right, and a straight percentage of the dollar revenue produced. And so he has a incentive to look at these properties when he's there and say, hey, you need this, let me get this for you. And then that turns into a very smooth process. And so, and this is something I do want to share with you, because maybe you don't know this, right? These are things that I think are the things that need to be talked about, because everyone says system, process, do this, do that, but when you've never done it, you don't really know how to do it, right? You just hear people talk about it. So I'm gonna walk this out for you in this very specific example, and maybe you're like, well, duh, that's common sense, or maybe you're like, hey, that actually that's a good process. That helps me a lot. I never would have thought of that way. Hey guys, guess what? October, it's coming, and you know what that means. It is time for Equip Expo. October the 21st to the 24th. It's in Louisville, Kentucky again this year. And I'll tell you what, for 5 years now, I have walked that floor, I've shaken hands, I've seen the ideas spark and the innovation start to get moving in people's brains with what new equipment they can get, what new technology is coming, how they can bring it into their business. Imagine this. You're standing out there, you have 30 acres of demo yard, you have tools humming, you got machines moving, and you get to see what's next in landscaping, hardscaping, and all outdoor power equipment. You're also surrounded by your fellow friends, your industry peers, and people that want to actually grow their companies. You have plenty of education session opportunities, and you get to do plenty of hands-on demos. I can't wait to meet, greet, and mingle with you this year. You get to break bread, have lunch together. There's food trucks. There's so much to do. There's nighttime activities. Guys, it is such a fun time. Sign up today, equipexposition.com. Use code GG50 and get you in the door for $30. You don't want to wait till you get to the door because it's $60 to get in, and no one needs to pay that. 50% off. Use code GG50. Get you in the door for $30 at equipexposition.com. We'll see you in Louisville October the 21st to the 24th this year for another great Equip Expo. So when you have a maintenance manager, someone else running your route, right, what they're going to do is they're going to look at all your properties, and they're going to say, you know, where are enhancement opportunities? Is it in mulch? Is it in pine straw? Is it in rocks? I'll tell you a really, really good one. If you're doing enhancements and you do design work and installation work, a really solid, profitable enhancement, at least it is for us, is edging. If you can sell bed edging, guys, it's very profitable. Ask Leroy Maines. His business is literally called Brilliant Borders, right? It started off of edging, and it grew into a full design build company that they're doing now. But his grassroots is literally bed edging, and so it's so easy to look like when you're edging beds. Because if you're a professional company, you're probably edging beds, keeping the weeds out of them. Where is there time, is there opportunity for you to put edging in there? And that is a year-round service to be offered. You can do that at any point in the year. Maybe some of you guys with the ground freezes, you couldn't. But in our climate, you can do that in the year, any time of the year. Leaves don't hurt you. Like, nothing hurts you. There's no time of year you could not do that. The leaves are falling, leaves are up, sun's out, it's hot, it's cold, rainy, whatever. It can be done. And so for us, it's like, hey, we try to sell a lot of bed edging. So what you're going to do is that maintenance is going to, while he's there, he's going to take a good video of, hey, I think this person could use an enhancement on their bed. They need edging. This is what we can do for them. He's going to take really good video of the property. He's going to get good measurements of that bed. So for edging, you need linear feet, right? You need to get the footage of how many blocks you're going to need. Get still pictures as well, not just video. Get still pictures of these beds and turn it into a Slack channel. So you can have a Slack channel already built out for enhancement estimates, and you could build it to say current customer enhancement estimates. That'd be a really good title for it. So everything's clean. And what he'll do is he'll take those videos and those pictures, the footage, the calculations, whatever, put that into that channel. He's going to say, hey, this is for Joe Smith. I think he could really use some edging. Here's all the videos, the documentation you need. He sends it to you, the estimator. And if you are the estimator, then you put it together. If you have a VA or an estimator in-house, they can do it, right? And so just like that, like in a matter of really this is not an exaggeration, folks. It just takes discipline. In 10 minutes, you could have a $5,000 edging job sold, right? We'll say $5,000 in edging and mulch, and maybe some small plantings or something, right? Maybe $2,500 edging job is more realistic for median income homes. Some high-end residential, that sure you get up to $5,000, but not the common $300,000 to $500,000 house. So in literally 10 minutes, right? Because it's going to take him 2 minutes to take a video, 2 more minutes to take a picture and an image, take a picture and measurements. Shoot it in that Slack channel. Put the name of the client in there. Your VA is going to get it, or yourself. You're going to have a template built in LMN for bed edging estimates. You're going to create the estimate for that customer. You're going to put the template in there, pop your calculations in, whatever brand of material you want, and throw your scope of work into chat, clean your scope of work up, put it back in LMN, and then boom, you're ready to go. Like 10 minutes tops, 15 tops, right? And you could have $3,000 worth of work at the door. You could do 10 of those a day, okay? If you're doing 15 visits a day, right? 15 to 20 visits a day over the course of 4 days a week. We're working 4 10s. So let's say you service 50 lawns a week. If you split it over the course of 2 weeks, you could do, what would that be? 5 times 4 would be 20 a week, right? Or 25 a week. That would be 5 to 7 a day. Would take you about an hour and a half a day, right? An hour to an hour and a half at $3,000 a pop. You're talking $60,000 of work you just estimated in 6-7 hours, right? 8 hours. And that's on the high end, right? That's on the very high end. You got to get a process down for this, and it goes faster. You just got to get creative. And I just walked through a full process on how to actually do it. Because again, if you've never done it, you're like, what does this mean? What does it mean? How do we actually do it? How is this tangible, right? What do I take away from this, and how do I actually put it into fruition? Well, this is it. This is the process. I just explained it all to you. So you take that and you copy and paste that for mulching, pine straw, plantings, annuals, whatever that is for you, right? Whatever your service is, take it and do it. Aeration and overseeding. That's you. Like you guys in the north, it's hot and heavy right now. I know that's what you're up to. So get those things and start pumping that work out. Start pumping those estimates out. Guys, if you're estimating $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 a week in work, you're gonna close work. Like we have a 40% roughly close ratio. Like you're gonna close work. You estimate $60,000 worth of work, you're gonna close 25 of it. So 25 a week, right? You're gonna be doing 25 a week in new work. That's just new work. That's not already booked maintenance revenue that we're doing. That's new work that we're booking, right? And that's just off of $3,000 edging installs. This isn't even anything complicated. You could produce plants, and these again. I will back this up. I did not say this earlier. These are what is the word? I don't know what the right word would be. These are unrequested. They don't request these estimates. These are you sending them out. They're unprompted, right? You are texting them unprompted and being like, hey, we were out there, we noticed this. It also shows ownership on your part, right? Like we're taking care of your property. We see this. We've seen this has been an issue at your property for a long time, like continuously keeping the beds edged and keeping the weeds out. We want to keep them as clean as we can. So how do we do that? Well, this edging is going to really help a bunch. And people actually buy in, guys. Like I sold a $4,000 edging estimate. And you know how you really upsell that? So I think the edging would have been $3,000. But I threw in downspout extensions and some pine straw on the beds, right? Turned into a $5,500 quote for downspout extensions, edging, and pine straw. Like it was the in and out 1 day job. $5,000 on it. Like the opportunity is there. You just have to be disciplined enough to actually send it, and you have to be creative to know how to get it, how to do it, right? And guess what? I spent 15 minutes talking about this. This is just your clientele. This isn't even going and getting new leads, right? This isn't even new leads. This is just your clients. So we'll come back and talk about getting new leads and new clientele and what that looks like. For me, that is a lot of cold door knocking, just cold relationship building, trying to build new relationships with people that I've never met before, whether that be in public, businesses, walking in, things like that. So there's lots of opportunity there. Our future is bright. Like we are going places. Our people are bought in. The vision is there. The vision is big enough. Like they see that they can grow. It's just getting a few simple things like put in place. And they're simple when you know how to do them. When you realize, hey, these are the important things to be doing. They're simple. They're not hard. They just have to be actually managed and kept up. So when you do that, you can see true change and positive benefits from it. So I'm pumped for our year. I really am. Like our rolling 12 months, right? I'm going to try to change that where I don't say next year, because like, again, it starts now. You start selling enhancements to your clients now. You don't wait until next year. Start now. Start pumping, start changing, start figuring out things to be better than you were yesterday right now. And here's the thing. No one's out to get you, right? People in your business are not actually out. There's no one actually out there to get you. You have to just put your head down and go to work. And stop throwing yourself a pity party and saying you can't make it and there's no work and this, that, and the other. Like, guys, there is work. People will pay. There's stuff to do. You just got to go find it. Sometimes it may take being creative. It may take thinking outside the box. Like, there's going to be those things along the way where you're like, hey, I didn't even know that was a thing, right? You learn. But please, don't make excuses. Like, and excuses over the course of a 30-day period or a 60-day period is what I mean by that. Like, there may be a day in there, sure. You get sick, you get the stomach bug, something happens, right? Of course, you're not going to get an estimate out the door that you need to get out the door. But over the course of a long period of time, of course of 3 months, what are the trends here? What's happening? Are things moving the positive direction? Are things actually getting done? Is the needle moving forward? And if it is, great. If it's not, what's the issue? How do you fix the issue? And then how do you maintain it moving forward? So, guys, you love Equip. I love Equip. Don't miss it. We're going to be there. $30 tickets right now. $30 still doesn't break the bank. Not even close to breaking the bank. GG50 gets you in the door. You heard that earlier. I know you will not regret it. If you go and you enjoy the trip and you really put effort into meeting and talking to people, like, you will not regret it. It's gonna be a few days off. I understand that. You will not regret it. Same thing with LAL. 2 weeks later, Michigan. And I tell you what, guys, like, if you want to go to one, go to LAL. I'm just being quite frankly honest with you. Like, Brian puts on the top-notch event there. I don't say that to float his boat. Like, it is the facts, right? He doesn't pay me to say that. The event is an awesome event. We've gone for 4 years now. Like, people go year over year. It gets better and better. There's going to be bigger things than there has been in the last couple of years. Are going to be there this year. Lots of elevated topics going to be talked about, thought processes. And I'm excited for that person. I'm ready to talk bigger, talk a little bit further down the road, And it's for anybody, right? That's not to say that the small guy can't come. The guy that's just starting out, that's making $30,000 a year, like, it is for you, because it helps you paint the vision. It helps you cast the vision on how you can actually grow a company. And you're going to get to see people and be around people and shake hands with people and literally eat lunch with people that grow $100 million businesses, right? So if you can do that, I would say you get there for $300. Make the trip. All in, all done, you can get there for $1,500 for the whole trip if you do it right. Right? You're not breaking the bank. Go sell an enhancement job. Go sell an edging job. Make it happen. There's no reason to not. We'll see you in Novi, Michigan, November the 8th for LAL. Love you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you. If I can ever help you, please reach out and let me know. You know I'm here for you. Give me a big thumbs up here on the podcast. Give us a big rating or review of 5 stars if you would. That helps people social proof the show. We couldn't do it without you. We will see you here on the next one. Love you guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.